Rios is up to 6. Krajcek and Pat Rafter stay put. Moyer is at 3. Sampras stays at 2. And Yevgeny Kafelnikov enjoys a second week at number 1.
It's win or go home on the NBA tonight. Can the veteran Rockets blast off against the youthful Lakers? Will the Pacers slam dunk the injury-riddled Bucks? How will the T-Wolves get the Twin Tower Spurs out of their sides? Can the Magic shine in Philly? Or will the answer steal the show? Fred Carter and John Calipari with all the X's and O's. The NBA tonight, here to pump you up now.
Everyone, and welcome to the NBA Tonight, along with the coaches. That's Fred Carter right there, and that's John Calipari. I'm Andre Aldridge. It is postseason action here for us, and we are going to have fun. Pivotal Game 3s all over the place, so we'll start in Houston, where the home team was in serious trouble. Rockets will have to beat L.A. 3 straight times to keep their season alive. They haven't won 3 straight games against teams with winning records all season long.
We just got to win the game.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, Rockets!
First quarter, Lakers struck early. Derek Fisher, sweet over-the-shoulder pass to the Diesel for the dunk. Lakers by 4 early on, and then the Dream picking up his second foul. Not good. Must sit out the first quarter or the rest of it. L.A. built a 7-point lead. Rockets made the adjustments, Fred.
Rudy T, what he did, he put Scotty down the post. He's too strong for Kobe. Takes him to the basket. Big fella getting his work done.
Oh, my. Rockets up by 6. Late in the half, Pippen working on Robert Horry. Nasty pull-up. Oh, man. Third quarter, Charles Barkley stepping it up, Coach Cal.
He's really guarding. They put him on Shaq. He muscled him. He pushed him around. He did a terrific job. Here he releases and creates a walk. For a smaller player, it's a great move.
Well, the Lakers respond later. Shaq gets the hook on the triple team and can't keep him down forever, can you? Lakers go up by 1. Then more Chuck, coaches. Fred.
Down low. He's just too big and strong for Robert Horry. Backs him in, gives him a left-hand left. Watch him here. Back. This time, he knocks out the Pippen. Oh, the big fella's got a sweet going today.
Rockets back up by 7 after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, Barkley in the lane. Pippen wide open for 3. Can he bury it? Bottom of the net for 3. 37 for Scotty on the night. Rockets up by 10. And then Sir Charles Barkley fading over J.R. Reed. He had 30. Rockets go on to take this one 102-88. They keep hope alive. Barkley, 30 points, 23 boards. Scottie Pippen, 37. The Diesel with 26 points and 10 boards. Rockets improved to 12-4 in elimination games under Rudy Tomjanovich. Houston out-rebounded L.A. 54-42. Game 4 is Saturday. Rice and Kobe with 13 points each. Finally, Scottie Pippen, well, he has nothing to complain about after a game.
Myself and Charles, we knew we had to keep the ship up. I mean, we just continue to try to pound this team and make them have to stop us from inside point and, take advantage of our outside shooting.
The Rockets' most consistent performer in these playoffs to this point has been Sir Charles. And if anyone needed to step up his postseason play, it was Barkley. In his first 2 postseasons as a Houston Rocket, Barkley's numbers were not up to his usual solid standards. But in 3 games versus the Lakers this series, Sir Charles has been back to being one of the all-time greats. Now, Coach Cal, everybody would look at the big-time numbers and the big-time point production from Scottie Pippen, but that isn't necessarily the biggest reason for Houston being successful.
Well, I think it comes back to Charles. What he's doing is drawing double teams, which is getting Scotty open. He's also taking it up the court and pitching it out, which got Scotty a few baskets. But the biggest thing is he's able to guard Shaq when he needs to, so they don't have to have Olajuwon on him the whole game.
Well, you know what that does? That tells me that Charles is really looking to win the NBA title. He knows this is probably his last window of opportunity. But look at Scottie Pippen and what he's meant to this Rockets. Big game, big-time player, has 6 rings on his fingers, knows how to win. He stepped it up. But, Scotty, I caution you, you've got to come back and give it again and again.
All right, Coach Cal, real quickly, can the Rockets sustain this energy?
I think they will. I think the pressure really shifts to L.A. And you say to me, well, wait a minute, L.A. already has 2 wins. But I think they they have the cobwebs of about 3 weeks ago in their minds. Are we back to that? I don't think they are. I think if they play, they're going to get this thing.
Well, speaking of the Lakers, let's go to their former home, the land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota. The Spurs spent 45 minutes Wednesday morning watching film of their loss to the T-Wolves on Tuesday. Avery Johnson said the session felt more like 4 hours. T-Wolves and Spurs working at the Target Center, tied at a game apiece. The governor, Jesse Ventura, trying to pump up the crowd before the game. John T-Wolves had problems scoring in the half-court offense.
Well, when you shoot 35% in the playoffs, it's going to be tough to win. Part of that is because of those two big guys in there. The other part is they're scrambling a little bit. A little bit of double teaming and mixing it up is pretty good for the Spurs.
As you say, T-Wolves shot 26% in the first half of this contest. Second quarter, Spurs up 28-22. Sam Mitchell looking for KG, the prophet. He finds him. Jam, KG. 10 first half points. Spurs using Tim Duncan out top as the option, Fred.
A nice wrinkle in their offense, high screen and roll, forces the weak side to help. Duncan steps in, knocks down the jumper. Watch this play. Two big guys running screen roll. Big fellas, I like it.
Robinson, 10 first half points. Avery Johnson, though, led the Spurs in game 3. Johnson passes to the Admiral inside for the hoop. All right, 4.4 seconds left in the half. What's Minnesota going to do? They're not going to score. They're going to turn it over. The little general, Avery Johnson, shaking them off like jello. Joe Smith threw the ball away. Spurs up 44-28 at the break. Third quarter, Spurs up 59-40. Johnson driving, getting the lay-in to go. Fourth quarter. The way to beat the Spurs, they say, double team them, make Avery Johnson beat you. Avery Johnson beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. 12 of 15 from the floor, 24 points. Spurs up by 19. Johnson still driving. Great bounce pass to Tim Duncan. Oh, man, Kevin McHale's T-Wolves lose big. Spurs take a 2-1 lead in this series behind Avery Johnson's 24 points and 6 assists. The Admiral had 17 points, 18 boards, and 7 assists. Now, he was held to just 6 shots in Tuesday's loss. Tim Duncan had 15 points, 7 boards, 7 assists, and 5 blocked shots. Spurs held the T-Wolves to 28 first-half points. Mercy. T-Wolves received no help from their bench. Their reserves missed their first 13 shots before Sam Mitchell's tip in with 90 seconds left in the third quarter. But Avery Johnson had no trouble scoring.
Well, I just think it's because of David Robinson and Tim Duncan. Those guys draw a lot of attention. And, when my contract is up, I don't know if I don't want to play on another team without 2 great big men because I'm getting comfortable with those guys drawing so much attention.
Well, Avery Johnson has stepped up his production this postseason, but he usually does. 12 of 15 from the floor Thursday on his way to 24 points. His career playoff numbers are better than his regular season averages as far as points and assists are concerned. His 24 points allowed him to lead the Spurs in scoring for just the second time this season. Fred, is it good for San Antonio if the little general is scoring?
No question about it. He has to because he's often been maligned as a player that could not do it when it comes playoff time. What teams would do is they would drop back off him, yell fair catch, make him make the baskets from the outside. They felt that was their Achilles heel. Now he's making a jump shot. It's helping that team tremendously.
And Cal, as we said a little earlier, just 6 points for the Admiral in game number 2 of this series, but he responds big time up in Minnesota.
Well, you're talking about points. I'm looking at assists.
Okay.
He and Tim Duncan, 7 assists, 14 between them, 7 each. I mean, these two guys can really pass and make their teammates better.
All right, unbelievable series there. Everybody's looking at the 2 number 21s. You need to watch the team ball. We're going to push on now, though, folks. Still to come, a trip to visit the Beasts of the East. Pacers were in Milwaukee trying to close out the Bucks. And in Philly, there was all kinds of tough talk before Allen Iverson and the Sixers entertained the Magic. Philadelphia didn't have to worry about feeding their guests because Chuck Daly's squad brought all kinds of turnovers to eat. He didn't want to give that one away, though. We'll see if they were tasty or tart when the NBA Tonight returns.
Little Caesar is turning 40, and to celebrate, we're giving away free pizza. Now buy 2 pizzas for $11.97, get a free dessert and a free pizza on your next visit.
Pizza. Okay, people, this is a phone, and this is $1. You still with me? Well, that's good. Now dial this number, and all your long-distance calls from home could cost less than $1. That's right, with 10-10-220, all calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents. Talk longer, and it's just 10 cents for each extra minute. No fees, no contracts. Am I right, Poochie? Just dial 10-10-220, then 1, then the number. Bottom line, you get up to 20 minutes on this for less than this. You got that? Good, because if I'm not mistaken, I think nature's calling my dog.
scream.
The all-new Volkswagen Golf. It's smarter looking, at least.
Usually when you're 6 feet under, the party's over. Now thanks to 7-Up, it's just getting started. Look on 7-Up packages and you could win a Sprint PCS Nokia phone. Then if you get our message, you're in. Or should we say, under.
I hate grapes. Green and purple and seedless. Sure, they taste great. But on a supermarket floor, they can make for nasty slips and falls. Hi, I'm Al Mangoni, a safety specialist with Liberty Mutual Insurance. There's no reason the supermarket floor should ever be a dangerous place. So we're working on non-slip flooring and other materials to keep you safe.
At Liberty Mutual, we have hundreds of experts helping you live a safer, more secure life. It's insurance in action.
I also hate bananas.
The 76ers thought the Magic pushed Allen Iverson around in Orlando Tuesday. They were talking about getting physical with their opponents in Philly with the series tied at a game apiece. AI, could he and the Sixers bounce back from that Game 2 loss? Let's see. First quarter looks like a repeat of Game 2. Penny Hardaway doubles Iverson, forces the steal. But watch Iverson hustle back. He's so quick. Got the strip and the turnover. Later in the first, Daryl Armstrong turns it over. Matt Geiger tries to inbound the ball because he had already had a couple of shoving matches. So Chuck Daly says, you want to push somebody around? Take my 67-year-old self and do it, huh? Fred, Iverson got going early.
He got it going early, but now you watch Penny Hardaway come in the double. He sees the double team. He rushes, knocks down the tray. Again, look at him here, defensively getting the steal. He set an NBA record for 10 steals in the playoffs. He had 10 points in the first quarter, 13 the game before.
And Cal Larry Hughes, huge off the bench.
Look at that athleticism and strength for a rookie at his age to get that ball down. And here, the block coming out of nowhere to help his teammates.
End of the half. Eric Snow with the air ball, but look at Allen Iverson. Rebound, bucket. Sixers up 46-31 at the break. Fred, Magic carelessness all night long.
Playing like a high school kid, you've got to go throw crisp, sharp passes. These guys in the NBA are quick. They can track down passes. As you can see it there, when they get it, they get themselves to the open floor.
Careless pass by Ike Austin there, and Iverson another steal. More from AI. This time he steals the inbounds pass. Got the jam. 10 steals in the contest. NBA record for a playoff game. Cal, Sixers use defense to set up offense, right?
Absolutely. You see them helping and swarming. They kick it out quickly, get great spacing, and all of a sudden, it's a dunk down the other end.
Look at Mr. Hughes doing his thing. More from Hughes. Now watch Snow with the alley-oop to Hughes, and he slams and says, yo, get a timeout, baby. Get timeout. Hey, you're a rookie. Calm down. Now, Iverson, he can celebrate. Hughes, you calm down, baby. Iverson shaking Armstrong and Danny Shays. Can Danny Shays watch him? Shake him off like jello. Sixers' first home playoff game in 8 years was a memorable one. 33 points, 10 steals, 5 boards, and 5 assists for Allen Iverson. 17 points and 8 boards for George Lynch. Just 13 points off the bench for Larry Hughes, but he had those 2 huge third-quarter dunks that had the Magic hanging their heads. Orlando committed 27 turnovers, and because of their lethargic effort and the Sixers' defense, they're facing elimination in Philadelphia on Saturday.
I sent a message to my teammates and the coaching staff that it's not just all about scoring points. It's not, you have to be sharp down the other end. That's something the coach been working with me on, just being tough on the defensive end, making things happen, and giving the same energy that I give on the offensive end on defense.
They smell blood. They know they could end the series on Saturday, so, it's not an easy process to win a game under those circumstances. But if you're going to continue to play, that's what you have to do.
We have so many guys that can score, but right now those guys aren't stepping up and scoring like they should. So, I don't think we can win if I don't get more than 2 shots and a half. Should not just focus on being the scoring, doing the scoring for our team instead of trying to defend Allen Iverson. And, we haven't came with that game plan yet. If we ran some plays to get me some more shots, maybe we could do a little better.
Always nice when players speak from the heart after a tough loss. John Penny there says while his team was getting smoked, he should have gotten more shots. Does he have legitimate beef?
Sure, he should get more shots. I think he should get the shots. He needs to dominate a quarter each half. He's good enough to do it. He's one of the top players in the league. Take the game, grab it, score, get shots. They don't run a play. Get a shot anyway. Go do what you do best.
he needs to do it.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about the other point guard, and that would be the answer, folks. Meanwhile, Allen Iverson sets that NBA playoff record with 10 steals against the Magic Thursday. Not too shocking since he was third in the league in steals during the regular season. He's now averaging nearly 5 steals per game in this series. Fred, break down Speed Racer's game.
Oh, it's really good. The young guy now defensively, as coach told him, to turn your defense the same way your offense is. But look what Larry Brown did here. He gave Chuck a taste of his own medicine, trapping early, not allowing the Magic to get involved in their offense, picking them up early, sending the hard traps. Big trapping small will always take your court vision away. Look at the early trap here. George Lynch involved. He can't see over the defense. Darryl Armstrong, he turns it over, throw it away. Larry Brown, great job of going through the defense, making sure that you trap them early so Orlando cannot get started in the post-up game, the offense. Good for you, Coach.
And on Saturday, it's going to be a Donnybrook in the city of brotherly love. All right, stay right where you are, folks. Still ahead, action from Milwaukee. Pacers are trying to pass the Bucks for the third straight time in their opening round series. Postseason play on the NBA Tonight continues after the break.
You take care of your body during the day, but what are you doing to take care of your body at night?
Oh, we have a hard time relaxing and sleeping at night.
You need to get free facts by mail about Craftmatic adjustable beds.
Aren't those the beds that go up and down automatically?
Exactly. At the touch of a button, you can raise your head and feet to relax, watch TV, read, then drift off into a wonderful, rejuvenating sleep. Call toll-free to get a free Craftmatic bed catalog by mail, and this certificate for a free Nordic Trek Ellipse exerciser.
A free Nordic Track Ellipse exerciser? Hey, that's a fabulous deal.
The exerciser is our free gift to you with the purchase of any Craftmatic Monaco model bed. To get this certificate for your free Nordic Track exerciser and complete information about Craftmatic, call us toll-free.
All right.
Call toll-free 1-800-924-8822. That's 1-800-924-8822. Toll-free 1-800-924-8822.
Night.
Every Friday, ESPN unveils a new profile in our countdown of the 50 greatest athletes of the century. This week, the Big O. Oscar Robertson had a college and professional career few have ever equaled. A guard, he had a game as big as anyone's. Triple doubles, he averaged it over an entire season. Sports Century's 50 greatest athletes. Number 36, Oscar Robertson. Tonight at 10:30 on ESPN. Presented by General Motors.
In Game 2 of the Bucks-Pacers series on Tuesday at Market Square Arena. Wow, was that a foul on Haywood Workman? Well, anyway, the Bucks were one rebound away from winning the game. That one right there. Dale Davis got it in the tip, won it. So the Bucks were down 0-2 when the series went back to Milwaukee. Reggie Miller and the Pacers focused on closing them out. Sam Cassell, the Bucks trying to stay loose. Fred, Mark Jackson, the key early on.
Yes, he was. And you know what he said? I got a little one. Oh, he gets Sammy down the post, spins him around, turns, gets a little soft lay-in. This time we've got the double. They send Glenn after him. The ball goes around the horn. It's Miller time. Yes, indeed. He knocks down the tray.
Pacers up 14-6. Coach Cal, the Bucks coming back.
They're running the ball up and down the court. Sam getting in the lane. He can do that.
More Bucks in transition. Cassell finds a big dog wide open. He nails a three there. 16-4 Bucks run. More from the Milwaukee gang. Cassell driving, kicking to the big dog, huh? No, it's not. It's Reggie Miller. Not quite Miller time there, folks. Trying, okay. If at first you don't succeed, try, please. Try again. Big time bucket there. Mark Jackson flipping over the head to who? The dart thrower? Oh, man, Chris Mullen, not bad at all. Reggie Miller time.
A bad defensive transition by the Bucks. You've got to pick him up early. Find him if you don't. Oh, look at the great pass here. The back cut. Miller's the best in the league running without the ball.
Yes, indeed, you're right. Man, here we go again. Back and forth affair. Sam Cassell trying to do it, but in the fourth quarter, well, look at us go here. It is indeed winning time. Looking. Travis Best, shot clock running down. Nah. We got it here. Okay, Indiana. Taking a look. Mark Jackson, huge three. You better believe it. Just like back at St. John someplace, folks. Another huge three beyond the arc. Mark Jackson, no. He goes inside to Derek McKee, and George Karl says what indeed is going on in this one. 33 points for Reggie Miller. That's what's going on, which included 5 of the Pacers' playoff record, 13 16 three-pointers. Their old record was 11. Mark Jackson had 16 points, 10 assists, and 6 boards. Glenn Robinson's 23 led Milwaukee. Just 8 points for Sam Perkins, but the 37-year-old lefty made a huge three late in the third with Indy's offense bogged down. Glenn Robinson's 23 points, just 7 were in the second half. Walter Ray Allen was held to 6 after intermission. Bucks are done. Pacers await the Sixers or the Magic. Okay, so Cal, it happens quickly, and I know that Milwaukee was focused on trying to keep this thing alive, but the Pacers just too strong?
They're too strong. I think Reggie started getting it going. He gets 33 points in this game. I think Jalen Rose, coming off the bench, is doing some really good stuff. And posting up Mark Jackson is a tough defensive assignment for any point guard in the league.
Oh, no question about it, because what happens when he posts him up, he's got good size, he shoots a little jump hook in the lane. This series helped Indiana tremendously to get that playoff frame of mind again. Now that they're tough, they won their 3 games, they can go home now, rest up, and get ready for the next round.
Okay, so they will play either Orlando or Philadelphia after the contest. Reggie Miller said, you know, it really doesn't matter which one we play. We played bad against both teams. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there, guys. All right, folks, the heat was on Tim Hardaway in New York Wednesday, but his offensive game has not been on against the Knicks. We'll talk about his woes after a brief timeout.
The X Games. The only extreme event that matters. The X Games, June 27th to July 5th. Presented by Pontiac Sunfire.
Listen here, baby. I am only one a burning desire. Let me stand next to your fire.
Now you can get $1,500 cash back or 2.9% APR financing on a new 99 Sunfire Coupe or Sedan. A hot set of wheels with money left to burn. Sunfire. See it at your Pontiac dealer today.
Oh, honey.
Missed a great night. We laughed, we cried, watched The Lion King 35 times.
You know what you need? A nice hot breakfast.
You bet I do.
And you better get to McDonald's. Oh, don't forget the hash browns.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
We are training him so well.
The Atlanta Hawks will be without Alan Henderson for the remainder of their opening round series with the Pistons and maybe longer. Henderson has been suffering from blurred vision since getting poked in his right eye on May 2nd in a game against Cleveland. Now, he'll have an MRI this weekend to see if surgery is necessary. Hawks lead the Pistons 2-1. Game 4 takes place Friday in Detroit. Now, Miami will battle New York at the Garden Friday night, and with the Heat facing elimination down 2-1. Without question, Tim Hardaway has not been himself in this series. He's scoring less than 8 points per game, and he's shooting just 19% from the field. Are his teammates concerned? Not publicly.
Listen to me, Tim, I got a lot of confidence in Tim. I mean, y'all keep talking about Timmy's our point guard, all right? I mean, he knows what he has to do to get us going out there on the floor. He's capable of doing that.
Well, Cal, why is Tim Hardaway struggling in this series, and is there anything specifically he can do to break out of it?
I think the knee injury is bothering him a little bit. I also think this condensed season, so many games on top of one another that were big games have affected him. But they need him to be big because that's why he's on that team. He's their finisher. He's their killer. He's the guy that throws the daggers. When he's not throwing them, they're a different team.
Well, there will be fans throwing verbal daggers on Friday night at Tim and the rest of the Heat. We push on with things from out west, folks, and let's talk about the Jazz and the Kings. Jazz are down 2-1 in their matchup with the surprising Kings, with Game 4 set for Friday night in Sacramento. Folks in the capital of the Golden State haven't been this excited since former Governor Jerry Brown and Linda Ronstadt were making headlines, but I digress. Fred, we've already talked about the reasons this week why the Jazz aren't in tune for this particular matchup. Is there any pressure on Sacramento for Game 4 in this series?
No, it's not, and that's why they're having a lot of fun. After all, it's a lark for them to get into the playoffs. They've had a successful season. Now, when they've won a game, the pressure is on the Utah Jazz, not on the Kings, because if they eliminated, they still had themselves a good season. Keep in mind, Utah waited for Chicago to be eliminated or to retire and Michael to go, and they thought they had a chance to win the title. Now they're facing elimination.
Well, I talked to a couple of people today that said they'd like to see Sacramento and Philly in the finals. Who would have thought of those odds earlier in the season? We push on now with tonight's question. Question is, who's the only player to have 8 or more steals in a playoff game twice? The answer when the NBA Tonight returns after a real fast break.
Today's Sports Century Classic Moment is brought to you by DirecTV.
Cornbread Maxwell is the finals MVP as the Celtics beat the Rockets for the NBA title. But it's that other forward who makes the Celtics fly.
Somebody went into a cave, found this cake of ice, started chipping away, and out popped this old-time basketball player. He played like the old-timers played, with his head. This guy loved to win. He would do anything to win.
3, 2. There is a conspiracy spreading across the country. Its members see things no one else can. What they're watching looks like a movie, but it's a movie premiere that can't be seen anywhere else. And they can access thousands of movies a month. How? They must possess a technology that is not of this earth. Who are these people?
Let's get out of here.
DirecTV, what are you looking at?
Friday, ESPN Sports Century presents number 36 of the 50 greatest athletes of the century. The Big O, Oscar Robertson, will be showcased at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific on ESPN. Tonight's question was the only player to have 8 or more steals in a playoff game twice. Tim Hardaway, who did it as a Golden State Warrior. 7 players in all have had 8 or more steals in a playoff game once. Stay tuned, still ahead, some great playoff performances on Thursday night, and we'll hear from Sir Charles talking his stuff. Stay tuned.
A team of scientists have created a portal to a simulated universe.
You think one of them units crawled up an extension cord and killed its maker?
But what they couldn't anticipate...
What's this all about? Murder.
...is that the experiment...
This is a mistake. These people are real.
...would have a mind of its own. The 13th floor.
You could call it the end of the world.
Rated R. Opens everywhere May 28th.
Hey, pal, when did you see the light?
I was working away from home. On my own dime, it's crazy to stay anywhere but Motel 6. I could take the extra money and invest it in something.
Yeah, like pizza. Call us and see the light for yourself.
Little Caesar is turning 40, and to celebrate, we're giving away free pizza. Now buy 2 pizzas for $11.97, get a free dessert and a free pizza on your next visit.
Pizza. Some folks think my Subaru Outback here is just for exotic adventures. Truth is, it's good for the everyday stuff too. You know, like running down to the store, picking up the mail. The secret, full-time all-wheel drive. Something you just won't find in a Cherokee or a Blazer. Comes in handy when you say, wait for a hair appointment.
Right, what's your mate?
You know why I wear a hat.
During playoffs, some guys get cup fever. Some get delusional. Not me. Nor do my friends the Blue Giraffe or the Orange Hippo. You guys want to go play in my sandbox?
NBA2Night is brought to you by Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, and KFC. Great food plus Star Wars Episode 1 fun.
Our top performer, Allen Iverson, with 33 points in Philly's huge win. Reggie Miller, also good as the Pacers pulled out the Bucks, and the Admiral, good in Minnesota. Also, Sir Charles, as the Rockets get their first win against the Lakers, are down 2-1. Let's see what Sir Charles thought about the Rockets' work.
You know, they had a luxury of always knowing they can go back home. But we need to just come out and take care of business Saturday. We do. It's Man, it's fun, though. I was telling somebody today, man, there's nothing better than this situation. To be in a situation where it means a lot, the season can end, and you just have to step up.
Well, these guys weren't as good as Sir Charles. Darrell Armstrong in the loss, Silk Seeley and Glenn Rice 5 for 13, 4 turnovers as the Lakers lose in H-Town. All right, folks, that's going to about wrap things up for the coaches and myself, for the coach, Fred Carter, and the coach, John Calipari. We want to tell you to be sure to watch the NBA tonight, 1:30 a.m. Eastern on Friday, and watch us on NBA Matchup on ESPN Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Until next time, have a great day or night.
NBA2Night is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, a part of the Go Network. Go.com.